being in a state of pain or living in a state of anxiety or in a state of suffering comes from attachment. So when you're attached to things, attached to people, attached to identities, attached to philosophies, attached to all these things, then you end up being in a situation where you experience pain. But you don't have to experience suffering if you live in a state of what? No expectations, where you're just living life, taking it day by day, step by step, and enjoying yourself. The Buddha taught this, so it's his wisdom, not mine.
The universe only says yes. Now, when you understand that, please forgive me, I know this is very elementary to most of us, but just to lay the groundwork, the universe has a universal response to every thought, and the universal response is yes. See, God only knows one word, yes. God has a very limited vocabulary. God says yes, yes, yes. Yes to what? Yes to whatever you think, say, or do. God says yes. Now the good side of that is, the positive side is that God never says no. The bad side of that is, for those who don't know how the system works, God only says yes. So if you say, I am sick and tired of my life going like this, God says, yes, that's true. I want more money. God says, indeed you do. Yes, that's true. You want money, that's true. And you will have the experience of wanting money because you're declaring, in fact, what's true for you. I want more money. Yes, you do. Yes, that's true. And so you will talk yourself right out of what you're trying to talk yourself into.
Allow people to leave your life. Let the judgment of others pass. Welcome unexpected challenges. That's the one thing you can do to maximize your chance of success. To thoroughly understand what is under your control and what isn't. Once you let go of the need to control what you cannot, you will have much more strength to focus on what you can. To focus on yourself, your goals, and your abilities. Don't give up your destiny to the workings of anything but yourself.
Seneca famously said that the mind focused on future events is miserable. I see so many people focusing on the things that they cannot control. They want to make $1 million, but obviously you can't dictate the specific day that you're going to become a millionaire. They want to develop a better physique, but you can't specifically dictate the day where you'll be proud of the body that you have if you're overweight or if you're too skinny. You need to understand that you can't be focused on the future. What you need to be focused is on the present moment. What you can control today, the habits that you input today, the amount of work ethic and good attitude that you portray today, these are the things that matter. The Stoics used to speak about these things because it's so easy to either reminisce in the past or to be conjuring imaginary scenarios of the future, oftentimes negative, that lead a present moment of stress and a state of being miserable. So if you want to be in a life that is full of equanimity, equanimity means the calmness of the soul, and a life that is full of peace, you need to be here now, focusing on what you can control.
When people say to me, this bad thing happened to me, I say, good. This girl left me, good. I lost all my money, good. What do you mean good? Good. This is your chance to take all of that negative emotion, all of those building blocks, and turn yourself into a man that prevents these bad things happening to them ever again.
Most of your suffering isn't real, because the truth is you suffer more from imagination than in reality. The majority of your suffering comes from anticipating situations that you fear will be challenging or frightening, rather than from the actual experience itself. But if you were to step back and observe with clarity, you would realize that what you're scared of are just illusions. So come back to reality and take charge over your mind.
You understand that wanting is its own state?
Oh, I'm so sick of it.
Then stop wanting. Because the more you want, the more you stay in the state of wanting and never actually having. Wanting is its own state. Wanting is not having. Wanting will never attract the experience of having. Wanting only attracts more wanting. Are you understanding that a little more clearly?
The cart before the horse.
The idea, therefore, is to stop wanting and start having. Start knowing that every single thing you need is here. They will manifest themselves and become visible to you, which is the actual definition of manifestation. They will become visible to you when you are on a certain wavelength that matches that thing that is here. But it's all here. You don't have to want anything. Wanting implies you don't have it.
Yes.
You do have it. But you will not experience it until the right timing. Trust the timing of your life. If you don't trust the way your life is unfolding, that's why you start going into wanting, because you think something's not working. You think something is wrong.
Yes, that's absolutely.
But it's not. You're just creating the experience that you think it is. If you just allow yourself to know that nothing is wrong and everything is working just fine, you'll start experiencing that everything is by dropping your assumptions and insistence and expectation that things have to happen a certain way, and if they don't happen a certain way, something must be wrong. I'm running into an obstacle. I'm going off course. I'm having difficulty. All those definitions are creating your experience of not understanding that your life is working just fine. It's just that you're working your life. You're using the fact that your life works just fine to create scenarios and experiences to make it seem as if it's not. But obviously, if your life wasn't working, you wouldn't be able to create scenarios that make it seem like it's not. You just need to use the tool in a different way. You have to see that the actual proof your life is working is that you can actually manifest an experience as if it's not. You couldn't manifest an experience that your life wasn't working if your life actually wasn't working. Because your life is actually manifesting everything. You are manifesting everything. So choose between the idea of the manifestation that everything is working and the manifestation that it's not. But both are manifestations. So you're never not manifesting. It's just that you need to choose the quality, the type, the style of manifestation that you prefer. Do you know that you never have to be anything but happy? Even when you have challenges in life, you can still be happy, because challenges are going to allow you to discover new things, new ideas, new perspectives as you grow. So no matter what challenges may come up in your life, you always have the choice to be happy. And when you choose to be happy, when you choose to be excited, then any challenge that may come up will be much easier to deal with, much easier to understand, and much easier to transform. Whatever happens in your life, whatever pops up, no matter how it looks, must be there for a positive reason. And if you stay in that frame of mind, you will be able to use even what you don't prefer in a way that you do prefer. That's how you use the negative positively. And then when you use it in a positive way, it will usually go away because you've used it up. There's no reason for it to hang around because you were willing to validate it as having a reason to be there that serves you, instead of assuming that just because something unexpected happened, something went wrong. That definition is what causes you to experience that something went wrong. The thing in and of itself doesn't have built-in negative meaning. Nothing has built-in meaning. You give it the meaning. Now, you may give it that meaning unconsciously and then see the negative result from the negative belief you applied to it so quickly you didn't even know you were doing it. But that's why it's so important to become aware of your definitions so that they don't catch you off guard by making it seem as if, well, that just happened out there. That's just because that's built into that situation. No, it never is. It's always coming from you. And therefore, you have a feedback mechanism that lets you know how to course correct and realign yourself and say, wait a minute. I don't have to automatically assume that just because I got something I didn't expect that that's a negative thing. Let me see how I can define this in a positive way that serves me. Catch yourself, stop yourself, find the definition that gave it the negative experience, that attached the negative experience to it, and let go of that definition and replace it with a more positive one so you can get a beneficial effect out of whatever happens. Because as we have said, and we'll say again now, it doesn't matter what happens. It only matters what you do with what happens. That's what makes the difference.
Let's stroke from our vocabulary those three words, it's just me. It's just me. It's just me. Should never be just. Something absolutely phenomenal. When you're talking about you could speak in superlatives all day long and you're going to fall short of describing the dynamics of you. Talk about something special. You're sure special, believe me. I know I'm special. I think I'm a nice person. And you know something? It's because I know that and think that I attract nice people into my life. I've got some phenomenal friends. Later today, you're going to see everybody that works for our company, and I'm going to tell you, I was saying to Paul last night, I'm so proud to be working with these people. We have some of the nicest people that you'll ever want to meet working in this company. Just absolutely phenomenal. We were talking about Shirley Laverdier, our national sales manager. And I was saying last night at dinner, I said, you know something? I have never heard that woman complain. I've never heard her say anything negative. Physically, she's not very big, but I'm going to tell you, she's got a rod of steel right down her back. She's the toughest little lady I've ever met in my life, and smart. I was saying to Paul, we were with Gina and Randy, and I said, you know something? I said, they work at this company as if it's theirs. On the way home, I thought, maybe they got a picture in their mind. But anyway. But you don't attract people like this if you're not a nice person. You see, I grew up with the idea, don't say things about yourself like that. It's conceit. It is not. It's awareness. If you don't love you, how are you ever going to love anyone else? I'm not talking about conceit. I'm talking about a heightened awareness of what we're really like. Now, expressed another way, as a person thinketh in their heart, so are they. John worked on that yesterday just about as well as I've ever heard it worked on. It's in your heart. That's inside. That's what Paul was talking about. Universal creative power can no more change this law than an ordinary mirror can reflect back to you a different image than the object that you hold before it. But remember, as you think does not mean as you tell people you think. Boy, there's a lot of people got that mixed up. It doesn't mean as you tell people you think, or as you would wish the world to believe you think. It means your innermost thoughts. What's going on inside? What do you think of you? The more you study you, you're going to find your belief system is based upon your evaluation of something. The more you evaluate you, the more you're going to believe in you. It means your innermost thoughts. That's a place where no one but you knows the truth. Your sanctum sanctorum. That's where you go to the closet and you close the door. Inside. That is what you expect, and that is what you will attract, and that is what you will ultimately get.